Let's bring you the backstory. What is going on in this region? Although humanity lives mostly on land, it's water upon which the next big war is likely to be fought, especially the waters off the coast of Iran and particularly on the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is the world's most important oil passage. It lies between Oman and Iran. It forms the choke point between the Arabian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. Around one-sixth of the world's oil moves through the Strait of Hormuz, 17.2 million barrels per day. The strait has a shipping lane that is 3 kilometers wide in either direction. That's the exact point where tensions between Iran and the UK worsened. After Britain accused Iran of attempting to seize one of its oil tankers, it claimed that 3 Iranian vessels tried to stop its tanker off the coast of Iran. The British government said that the Iranian vessels only turned away. After a verbal warning from a British Navy vessel that was sailing with the tanker, but Iran has rejected the claim that its Revolutionary Guards tried to stop the British tanker. The British oil tanker was crossing into the Strait of Hormuz when this incident took place. Just a week ago, an Iranian tanker was seized by the British Royal Marines off the coast of Gibraltar. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani had warned that Britain would face the consequences.
من به انگلیسی‌ها میگم شما آغازگر ناامنی هستید و باید تبعاتش رو بعداً بفهمید و درک کنید. خب حالا اینقدر بیچاره شدید که یک کشتی نفتکش شما میخواد تو منطقه حرکت کنه، ناچارید نافتچه‌هاتونو بیارید بغل دستش بکارید.
It all began over Britain's seizure of an Iranian oil tanker in Gibraltar last Thursday. Gibraltar is a British colony on the southern tip of Spain. It had detained the vessel, suspecting that it was breaching European sanctions on oil shipments to Syria. Now the flare-up with Britain is happening parallelly with the Iran-US conflict. Take a quick look at this recap of developments in the recent days. In the meanwhile, tensions between Iran and the US continue to escalate. Iran hit out at the United States and called the sanctions economic terrorism. Iranian ambassador to the International Atomic Energy Agency has said this in as many words during an emergency meeting held by the nuclear watchdog. The US had called for this meeting after Iran went public with breaching uranium enrichment limits. These limits were agreed to in the landmark 2015 nuclear deal. The ambassador also made it clear that the move was in response to the US withdrawal from the deal and the subsequent imposition of sanctions.
The United States has imposed economic terrorism against some states, including through imposition of sanctions and extraterritorial application of them. The sadistic tendency of the United States to use illegal unilateral sanctions as an instrument to coerce sovereign states and private entities should come to an end.
If Iran slammed the US for economic terrorism, the US, not one to stay silent in a fight, retorted with its own scathing barb. It accused Iran of nuclear extortion, even as it continued to let Iran know its availability for a negotiation, but only without any preconditions. Trump tweeted, accusing Iran of secretly enriching uranium, announcing that the US will soon increase sanctions. Trump's tweet comes even as the United States is seeking a Congress-approved agreement with Iran, one that will replace the current 2015 nuclear deal that Trump had abandoned last year. The Trump administration for long has slammed the bill because of a major flaw. The deal agreed under Barack Obama was never formally ratified by the American Congress, and that is where the story stands. A developing story.